Alright, I'm taking a video of my 87 Camaro Z28. Originally a 305 5-speed car. Still a 5-speed, was rebuilt. Did a cup holder mod. Got a fire extinguisher in the back here. That was for autocross, and I got my stuff for class. But I'll talk a little bit about things I've done to the car. So it's an 87 Z28. I'm not sure if it's an actual IROC. I haven't done the VIN, but it does have, that badge. I bought the car with that stereo in it. Not really worth a damn. I mean, it plays CDs, but the speakers need to be redone. However, the paint's original. Obviously, it's not really attractive. As you can see, there's a hole in this right here. What happened is I modified these louvers, and they actually extract heat. Actually, I just took an angle grinder and cut them between them. And they have these plastic nuts, and these were missing. So through the highway speed, it was like and snapped off where the next two are. So they do make some aftermarket ones that look a lot better. They're actually functional. But yeah, I swapped I built a small block 350, a later year model car, and a later model block, and let's take a look at that. Yeah, I moved the gas shocks were gone, but here's the 350. It's got a Holley double pumper carburetor on it. It's got aluminum metal block heads, aluminum intake, performer RPM, K&N air filter. It's got a guy in a Subaru asking if I was okay. Pretty chill. Thought I was broke down. Like, no, doing a video, sir. Selling. So yeah, it's got a fuel pressure regulator there, fuel filter there, because this is a later model block. It does not have it has the casting. This is what I was talking about. You see the modified, how you could just cut holes in that original hood. I have replaced all the headlights because they have all gone out. So it's got a new battery, brand new tires. Give you an idea. I mean, they're nothing special. They're just Kuhmos. They're for daily. It's got R1 discs in the front. Try and get a look underneath here. It has BMR sway bars in the front. It's got poly motor mount bushing, or poly motor mount, bushings or motor mounts, whatever. It's got poly sway bar links. Take a look. So no rust on the car. It's a California car. Y pipe. Like I said, trans has been rebuilt. I really don't know how the audio is coming out on this thing, so if you have any questions, you can just email me or leave a comment. So yeah, it's a Y pipe. It's got BMR sway bars, front and rear. It's got drum brakes on the back that have been, original, been replaced. Has I think adjustable KYBs on the back and adjustable Konis on the front. It is a T-top car. It has no interior. This was originally going to be a track car. That was good because T-tops are kind of leaky anyways. But I got the seats. I daily it for now. So yeah, it's got a bunch of poly bushings, replaced all those bushings, motor mounts, has a rebuilt engine. Well, I bought a short block and I built it. It's got aluminum heads, like I said, aluminum intake, 2 relief flat top pistons. Yeah, this road's pretty fun. I daily drive it. Like I said, it's gonna be a track car. I'm not really sure. Now, here's the mileage. From the previous owner, it had 107,000. Now it's at almost 131. So that's what's on the chassis, but suspension, brakes, tires, engine, rebuilt trans. It's got a Mcleod clutch to handle up to 500 horsepower and new pressure plate and everything. That has all about 7,000 plus miles on it since I've been driving it. Depending on how old this video is when you see it, it probably have more. I like it a lot. Yeah, nice paint job will make it look real nice. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun weekend car. Like I said, there's no carpet, so it is pretty noisy, especially with the engine, and it's got some headers on it, some shorties, and it's an 80s car. So it does kind of rattle. Well, it's an F-body, I guess. I've heard they're pretty rattly. You know, it's a halfway project point. I haven't really taken videos of this thing or any of the progress, but if you go on my Instagram, you can see a little bit. Just AlexEddie79. Or no, that's my email. I think it's Alex3Dinger. Yeah, we're just kind of out here. Nice little road. Driving, you know, calm and everything. Yeah, any questions, please leave them in the comments. Trying to think of what else. Might get my hood propped so I can show you a little bit more under the hood. I did remove these trunk shocks because the old ones are junk, and it gets kind of annoying trying to hold this thing up. So yeah, it's totally worth it. Yeah. So I got my faithful hood prop here. And like I said, I daily it, so I like to keep a toolbox in here, spare tires, some water, power steering fluid, brake fluid. You never know. It is an old car. I mean, it is relatively reliable, especially with the new engine, as far as, you know, what it is. But it's a halfway project. I think if I was to repaint it, I would repaint it red. Like a nice, you know, sporty looking red or Ferrari looking red. So there we go. Yeah, the faithful hood prop here. So going back to here, you can see the headers. It does have these shorties on it. It has MSD spark plug wires. It does have an MSD Street Fire distributor. What else? Like I said, I don't know if you can see that Holley double pumper under there a little bit better. It's got an air fan. It doesn't have air conditioning anymore. It was working. I mean, it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all, so I removed it. It is about 90 some degrees today, so it is pretty warm. This thing runs all right. I mean, it idles and everything. Temperature wise, so this temp gauge is literally pegged. You know, there is a connector here that isn't plugged in. I just tried to put all the plugs and sensors how the old motor had it, Here's another temp sensor that is in, but it hasn't worked. So I do have a gun I check it with. Let me get it started. So it usually runs, well, with this it runs anywhere in the, depending on the temperature. She runs like 180 roughly. On a cool day, she likes to run like 170. Yeah, like 175. On a warmer day, you could see anywhere from 180 to 200. And that's checking. You know, I did just drive up to here. So 187. It is pretty warm. Like I said, it's almost 100 degrees out. And she stays cool pretty good. Actually, if it's hot, it's not a big deal. She's not a fan of stop and go traffic. I mean, the carburetor's really not. Yeah, let me start it up. I guess I don't know why I'm talking so much. It's nothing special. It's not like this is now staying with the dash because I can't get it out. It's alright, I charge my phone and I'm not a smoker anyways, so. Yeah, so it's got a mild cam. It is a hydraulic roller cam. It's a flat tappet cam, but it's got, the block is set up for a hydraulic roller lifters and cam. When I built the motor, I kind of went cheap with the, well, because if, you know, flat tappet cams are quite a bit cheaper. Looking at it now, I definitely would have went with the roller cam. But it is just a small block. So yeah, it's not too loud really. Pretty quiet. It sounds pretty decent. I would stick my hand under there, but it's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. You know, almost 200 degrees on all that stuff, so. But I mean, yeah, this is my babe. Curious to see what you guys did with your third gens. Yeah. Are about 4 or 5 psi for the carburetor. It's okay, like I said, it's not it's a daily driven project car. So I guess one of the nice things is it has the taillight brake light, which is not hooked up, so I guess we're gonna go cruise now. Thanks for watching.